All right, so Thursday, here we are. Now, Thursday, right? So we had Wednesday. I got gold, right? So as usual, let's start with gold. Gold, Wednesday, swing day. So I did say on Wednesday, the 8 o'clock, was it? 7:30, 8 o'clock. Yeah, 10 past 7 to 8, 10 past 8 zone, right? So this was the strong zone. So I said if we should turn, we should turn because these are the stronger hours. If I do recall correctly, that's what I said in the video. So now what? If you went in good, these are the next hours. This is also a good hour, as you can see. And I just added another position in there. So I got like 4 positions open on this one now. Right, so all we have to do is just follow them through. Obviously that high off Wednesday is going to be a target. So I've got the green line. If I take a look at the daily now, okay, so the goodbye kiss is at 70. So I want to be careful at 3,461. Okay, 3,400. If I do, I am going to do this. 3,460. All right, so we're going to do that. That should be fine. As you can see, the stop losses I've moved up here. Okay, yesterday I had an entry here which got stopped out, by the way. All right, so that got stopped out, and then when this entered, I entered here. All right, there's one here, and then afterwards I entered as we got into Asia last night, and then we're in the game, and I just entered now here because this is the retracement. Remember I said yesterday, I talked about this hour in the video. I said the market should push into 3 o'clock, 3:45 to 5 o'clock basically, right? 4:55, because we had a MV there, and that's your 4:45 there. Pretty much is your 4:45 right at the top. Okay, so the market pushed into there, which is nice and good. Comes back into the next hour. So that should be 4 o'clock. Okay, so I did say to like 4 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock. That's 3:30, 4 o'clock. Market goes up a little bit more, comes back into 5 minutes past 8 is what I said, and that's what we've got, right? So market dipping down and then, going longer from here. Okay, so those were the hours if you're okay with that. So if I just get rid of this, remember this 3285 was a daily PST level yesterday, and I did mark that in. On the daily, as you can see there, the market went slightly lower, which is fine. We're still in that zone at the trading hour, so PST matches time, and then the market is just going up. All right, so that's that, and we've got room to go now because it's the pullback and the next trading hours are up here. We might have a flow day into that zone. So we could be going into 4 o'clock. We could be going to 4 o'clock, 5:30 to 6:30. So this could be a flow day into the upside of things. Okay, if that's the case, obviously follow it through. Just bear with me. Follow it through, and that's it. Okay, if the market goes up and then comes into this zone, if it comes down again, we should go up because Wednesday was a swing day. Would like to follow it up. Any pullback, you want to go into it. So if the market, let's say, went up there and then came back into these hours, yeah, you would want to go back up again. Be a little careful because the market will have some volatility after 6 o'clock. In fact, maybe even before a little bit. Okay, so yeah, be mindful. Okay, but the direction is up. We're just going with the swing there. I did say in the previous video, I said if we're up somewhere on a Wednesday, I'm happy to sell. If we go down, come back and retrace into this zone, into that red bar, into this red bar at least, I said we should be okay to go back up. So if you took that opportunity, well done. Just make sure you cover your trades. Okay, why? Because at the end of the day, there's still room to come down as well. So it could be like this, and then this down again. Okay, so just be mindful, cover your trades, and make sure you're on top of your game. Let's take a look at the euro dollar now. With the euro dollar, remember Monday, Tuesday was swing day, so I said we're okay to sell, and if you sold, fine. Okay, and that's how it is. All right, so Wednesday was not a swing day. I said if it goes up, you can sell again. I think that's what I said anyway, but that should be the situation. Okay, that was a weekly support. Market goes back up. If you sold here, you did good, because at the end of the day, Monday, Tuesday being swing day, impulse wave, market goes up, and that is your, let me make this a little bigger. All right, if you look at the lines on my charts, they're very meaningful when we're intraday trading. That's opening price. Okay, so we're at an opening price, okay, where the market sold off, comes there again at a trading hour, and it sells off. And I did say sell it into, I said if it finds direction, don't stand in front of it. Why? Because the 710 to 810 was, I said is a strong zone, so the market goes into there, and that's basically it. Okay, and I did warn you that there could be a bit of volatility after 10 past 8. Okay, a bit more pushy downwards and so on. Now what? Well, we don't have a swing day until tomorrow. Okay, so do we want to sell still? Let's see if we've got target room. Now we've bounced off the weekly. Let's just make this a bit more visible. We've bounced off the weekly. Coming back down is okay. We're on the 24th of the month. So if the market comes down a little bit, next month coming further down should be on the agenda. Obviously that 69 level is going to be important. If it breaks below 13, then it's got room to come back down, and you can see we've got room to come back down here as well on the price. Okay, now it's logical that they would buy here because that's a red bar which caused a breakout happening. Okay, but I'd say if it goes up again, selling is okay. Where? Probably at the low 14.17. So if you wanted to sell again, that's your zone. All right, if the market goes up and you want to sell, you can. Okay, at trading hours. Okay, so impulse wave, the market is going sideways. So this between the green and this zone is going to be your sell zone. Okay, let's take a look at SP 500. Now with the SP, we had Monday, swing day. Right, and that's your Monday, swing day. Tuesday, Wednesday, now we're on a Thursday, and that's on a goodbye kiss. On the weekly, here we are. Okay, and this is a bit tricky now. I did say we've got room to come down to close gap. Friday's a swing day. What should you do? Well, look, it's going to come down. If it does, 45 is 5278. 5278 is like there. So 5278 is doable. If you wanted to buy this, those targets are done. If you wanted to buy this, 5278, it's got to be down here. Because of the gap. All right, and that's basically it. It's logical too, I guess. Let's do this. It could go lower. Yeah, we could go lower. Down into 5244. Okay, so a little tricky here. You have to be careful. Friday is a swing day, and I did say we've got room to go up, but this is tricky because of the gap fill. Okay, but if you bought Monday, which I said you should, okay, why do I not have the days here? Let's do this. Just bear with me 1 second. Here we are. Okay, so this is it. Now, as you can see on Monday, I did say you can buy. Okay, so if you did buy on a Monday, fair enough. Okay, other than that, I don't know what to say. So today is a little tricky. We've got room to come down. It could come down a little bit and fill in all those gaps and so on. So wait for the New York session. If you want to trade it, trade that 5:50 to 6 o'clock, or 4 o'clock. Is there news coming out today? Because if there is, let's check it out. Okay, so news coming out at 3:30. So this will be important. And 5 o'clock. So, which is actually fair enough, because at 3:35 we're going to have volatility on the price until 4:50. Okay, if the market's going to turn, it's going to come around 5:25 to 5:50. So 5:30 to 6 o'clock, all right, is your zone which you can trade then. All right, and you have to be careful today because there is volatility happening. Okay, if you check if you check your H charts, you can see it's tricky. Okay, so there'll be volatility, so make sure you're careful and you're on top of your game in the US session. All right, but like I said, this is like coming in to fill that zone, and on the daily you can see like we're probably going to come there. The good buy is at 48.5340. Let's mark them in, which is exactly there. All right, 5340. You can see they bought a little bit here, but with the gap here, I wouldn't be buying here on that PST goodbye level. It's just not, doesn't give me any comfort. Actually, it could be more like a sell at, let me see, 80. We had 8 o'clock, didn't we? Yeah, there. Okay. Also, not the best place to sell, right at the lows where the market bought before. Okay, so if we were up there somewhere, I'd say selling is nice, is okay, but this is a sandwich zone, not the best of places. So wait for New York. Okay, 528.78 or something like that, wasn't it? There. All right, on the daily, 5278. Okay, it's the blue line there. So this has got, the trend is down, by the way. Okay, so it's got room to come down, so be mindful, because Friday it could come down into Friday, and Friday could be another swing day on the low side. So make sure you're trading with time and price. Dow Jones, let's check it out and see where that's going. Pretty much like this one, I guess. And also if you think about it, because they're going to do, more often than not, they do the same kind of moves. Yeah, this is like they've just trapped everybody up here. It's a good thing. It's a good thing we know the swing days, really. Anybody who's got in there at the trading hours, look at that. It's just beautiful all the way in there, just shy of the targets. I didn't have an hour for that yesterday, but that's just how it is sometimes. And if it goes back up, should you sell? Let's take a look at the daily. Yeah, it's a bit of a sandwich zone. Your support is at 41, 38, 854, 38. There, 854. So this is also, this has room to come down, and you can see that's the gap fill there. If it comes into there, that's going to be on the daily. Okay, you want to sell, you can at 46, 39, 784, 39, 784. So sell, buy. So you're in a sandwich zone here. Okay, if it goes up first and you want to sell, you can, okay, to push down. If it comes down first, also with the volatility, it might, just bang down and then go up. Just make sure you match it to your hours wherever you're trading. Otherwise you're gonna, have a drama in between levels. Okay, and that's basically it. Let's take a look at NASDAQ. Okay, NASDAQ. Right, so there we go, NASDAQ. It's a bit of a jam, isn't it? Let's put the support and resistance anyway. Look, this is the support, 44, 18,292. 18, I'm just going to bring this down, 18,292, which is there. But, that's the zone. So we should, if it's going to go back up, if they want to buy it, they'll want to buy it if it comes down first to go up. If they want to sell it, they'll want to push it up to sell down. Okay, so the resistance is going to be 49, 18,795, 18,795 is just there. Okay, pretty much. This is the sell zone. That's the buy zone. So we're in a sandwich zone here. Here what you have to be, if you're using your PST, then do this. Okay, because if it breaches, you've got a resistance there. The other thing is, that's the high and that's the low. Okay, that's the high and that's the low. So that's how you can pan it out. So that zone is going to be a resistance zone at the top there if it comes up here as well. Okay, obviously I don't have a price for that there, but it's going to be above that 49 a little bit more, 18,795. So that's how it is. Okay, so the market still has room to come down, and if I do this, I'll put that there. All right, and that's how it's panning out. So yeah, selling is looking like it's on the agenda, at least until that closure anyway. So if it goes up first, to sell is better. If it comes down first and you want to buy, you can do that as well at the right time. Okay, and that is true for all of them. Now with Bitcoin, we've got a swing day Thursday Bitcoin. Okay, and a swing day Bitcoin Thursday. Let's see. Well, that's your swing day Thursday, isn't it? So yeah, all right, so there you go. Okay, fair enough. Good buy kiss on the weekly targets there. Well, yesterday I did say don't buy the tops, because we've done the targets, so what more can you do around here? It's just gonna, not good. And I said the good hours, like the strong hours, are going to be like 10 past 7. And that's, sorry, 10 past 7 to 10 past 8. Okay. And the market sold, and I think UK we had an hour, didn't we? On Wednesday. What was it, 11:45? That's your 11:45, isn't it? So yeah, I mean, this zone was like, don't buy me, and it's a swing day Thursday, so you could have sold at Thursday. What was it? In the video I said, I think 3 o'clock to 3:50 or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, which is at the members site. All right, there. Okay, so that's a zone. So if you want to sell that, yeah, I'm okay to sell this. It's a swing day, trading hour, and then you can just put a tight stop loss above the daily pivot or above there. You should be able to cover the trade at the low of yesterday, but it should push further down. Where to should be pushed down. I'm just going to get rid of that. I'm going to put an arrow, because we're at the highs, we're looking to sell. So any up move you want to sell, you can push it down into your first coverage is going to be the high of that 91,781. Your second target is going to be 88,545. Okay, so that's a line, that's a line. If it keeps pushing down, we've got more room to come down. Okay, hope that helps. And that's how it is. So any up move and you want to sell it to the downside, I think it's okay to do so with tight stop losses, obviously, with time and price correlation. Any dramas, let me know. Have a good day.